Hello, everyone. My name is the YouTube Schizophrenic, and welcome back. This is Queen of Karma's 13th hour. Because she hates 12-hour live streams, we're going to go for 13. But we didn't want YouTube to eat it, so we're starting a part 2. Let us keep going with the interview from 2020.
That makes sense?
Yeah, it does make sense. Hogan, that is the second story I heard going around for what happened there. Basically, Sue was quoting the wizard.
But really, what our fight actually started from between me and Sue was the wizard had apparently done a whole bunch of research on me, had obviously been...
And my StreamYards is working. I can pop the chat back up again. Alrighty. Thank you to everyone who is popping over from the old stream. We have another hour's worth of content to get through, and I'm excited.
In my subreddit and knew a bunch of stuff about me as well. And he and Mugnuts, aka Mugnuts, had a conversation. And the conversation wasn't supposed to have anything to do with me, but he was obviously using me to, like, I don't know, bait Suit and CJ or something into, like, getting freaking out or something. I don't know. And I just didn't want my conversation with my personal stuff to be in that Discord. So when I went into that Discord, and the first thing I saw was all these messages about me with like all this really personal stuff about me in it. And I was like, whoa, what the hell is all this? Like, can we get this out of here? Like, what's this about? And then Ferret was like, well, they don't even mention you. And I was like, well, yeah, like I mentioned in it quite a few times. And he's like, no, you're only mentioned once. And I went back up to be like, am I crazy? What's going on here? No, it's all like personal stuff about me. So I was like, I need you to please
because apparently this was just posted. Anything about that? Apparently they're
Phoenix, you got jealous because you thought something was going on between me and CJ. I've since found out that apparently you and CJ had something going on behind the scenes at the time, or you're in love with him or something and you can't let go. Love-hate relationship, whatever. He's all yours. However, I've actually had people send me proof of you calling them on me. So I don't know why you keep saying that you don't. You've also followed me around the internet relentlessly, and I'm pretty sure that you're also responsible for several false accounts that attacked me, that you also tried to blame on Spade to get me and her into it.
I forgot that Amber Phoenix decided to make a cameo in this stream.
A fight. Because you wanted to fight with Spade, Phoenix, and you saw her coming after me over CJ. I retweeted Regina, and you thought you would use that to get me and Babe into a fight. And I started to feel a little weird about it. So I started calling out Babe, and when she didn't come for me, I started to dig into whether or not you were the one starting that or her. And I found out that it was all you. You got mad at her for wanting to do a video on CJ to fuck around with CJ, and then you've been stalking her ever since and trying to create her problems ever since. And she's done several streams about a stalker out here, and it's you. And now you're stalking me because you felt like she was a threat with CJ. Then I came along, you felt like I was, and now you're trying to do all the same things to me that you did to her.
Everyone wants the frog man's dick.
For 2 years, and everybody's over you and your shit. The end. Go away. Get away from everyone. Stop doxing people. You dox people for CJ. You also shared nudes for them. Stop lying. Stop trying to blame everything on like Raina or Tush or that person or this person. Half of it you did too. You also supported the revenge stream. You even tried to convince me that the revenge stream, there was no problem with it. So you also spent several weeks convincing me that CJ was innocent of every single thing he had ever did when I first entered that community. And then you also made a Discord on me and Ray Reynolds with Sid, and then you tried to blame it on Marie when she just went in there, saw it, and was like, what the hell is this? And then told him. And then you went around and attacked her and her kid with some channel, Sid, and like 30 men, and you attacked her over her child.
With 30 men? That was random. With like 30 men. Okay. How do you know they were all men?
Over very personal information that Marie told you as a friend, because you're a disgusting person, a disgusting friend, and everyone on the internet should stay far away from you. Far away from you, Heartbeats Vanity, and anyone else, Kaylee, and anyone else in your little groupies of Let's All Go Cancel RSN, and anyone that he possibly gets close to. Y'all need help hell of a lot more than I do. So if I'm crazy, go take a look in the mirror, chick.
Someone has made an accusation against you in the chat. I would like your comment on it.
I've never doxed anyone in my life. Who did I dox? What, Heavy Down? Because I showed our conversation. Her name was Bells of Nevermore. What's her name on YouTube right now? I thought the bitch was undoxable. She did an entire stream where she went on a big rant, said her full first name, told everyone she's undoxable, that she doesn't care if everyone knows who she is, acted all tough, and then her Discord name can't be shared. Then she disappears, and then she comes back on here with that very name, and you're still on me about apparently doxing her?
Well, if that's what they're referring to, that's definitely not it. I'm not.
I got reported and kicked off of Reddit for doxing her because she went to my subreddit, and then they all were like, "Oh, she's being doxed," and then they all came and reported me for doxing. So wow. Yeah, that's what that's about. I've never doxed anyone else.
That is true. That is true right there.
Yeah, she did. She said she was an author, and she also went on a stream, and she went on this big rant. She was like, "My name is this and this. You can look me up. I write books, and I'm undoxable." And I'm pretty sure Suit even has that in his video, one of them, where she like does the rant.
Yep. Yes.
So like, I don't know how I can dox someone that's undoxable. Just like how I saved her life, and then all of a sudden I made her commit suicide, right?
Suit's videos on Heavy Down are very extensive. But hold on. We have a question here.
But that's the other thing. Like, I've never opened a GoFundMe.
Well, I think the biggest thing that people are coming after you for, it seems to be the way you respond to things. I think they come at you because they think you're like, I think someone in the chat referred to you as aggressive. You are aggressive.
Yeah.
And no doubt that your ability, your typing, like, aggressive, psychotic, unhinged. How many were 216? You said.
Yeah, I can be aggressive. Yeah, I can be rude. I can be brash.
The ability to type like that it's a superpower. You got to contain it. You can really intimidate people that way.
I'm intimidating anyway. I get told that all the time in person. I don't know. It's just who I am. I can get really mean, especially if I'm dealing with the same shit over and over and over and over again from the same group of people over and over and over again for like 5 months. It gets very repetitive, and it gets to the point where you just go, "I've already dealt with you people for like 3 months. Can you just fuck off and get the fuck out of here? Okay, thank you, bye." And honestly, when they start coming at you in all these different accounts, what happens is when a new person shows up that you don't know if it's a new person or if it's them in one of these fucking accounts. So just right off the bat, you're just like, "Nah, fuck off." Like, I'm just not.
Or you could just, treat them like a normal person until they do something up towards you. I don't understand why you wouldn't.
I'm not dealing with you. And then people get offended and they're like, "Oh no, you attacked me first because I just tried to talk to you and you told me to go get fucked."
Yeah. I agree with this one, actually. Yes. Hopefully.
She'll be back. She'll be back in like 2 days to yell at Billy or somebody. I don't know.
Or
Isn't
me.
that who pushed her over the edge this time?
Or me.
It's like Suit's fault.
Yep. No doubt she'll be back to yell at Suit again.
Give her 2 days. The one thing I do want to say though on her behalf, I just have to bring this up. This has actually really been bothering.
See, I don't think she's going to get any charges either at this point. It's been going on for years. There's so much evidence against her. The Canadian police do not care.
Me about her suicide pictures.
Wall cows don't go to jail.
If you make a public suicide claim out here, you are hounded to share a picture or something to prove it. It happened to me. I had about 50 people screaming at me that I was faking it, that if I didn't show a picture of me in the hospital, then they were going to assume I was faking it. So I shared a picture of me in the hospital because I was new to the internet and stupid. And then they all went and made parody accounts with it because apparently me being in a hospital gown in the hospital after a suicide attempt is really funny for a parody account. Because that turned into an attempt. So yeah, I hope you feel good about that. But I just have to say, like, I've been hearing a lot of people that are saying, like, oh,
he's walking free now with no consequences, though. What I should have said is they don't suffer any real long-term consequences.
Oh, if you share pictures of it, then it must be to seek attention. In some cases, yeah, maybe, but I also just want to bring up that you do kind of get bullied to out here as proof. And I've heard that CJ has asked people for proof of this as well in the past. So I don't know if that's how he obtained said picture or what, but I also know that I was heavily told that I had to share a picture to prove myself. So she might have been very heavily bullied to share those pictures. So I think people should lay off about the whole sharing pictures thing. It's just that's really been bothering me because I've heard a lot of that.
I think the biggest issue is that posting about that stuff in the first place. Then if you post one thing, they're like, well, that's not good enough. We want more proof and more proof. It's best just to tell them no. Just say no.
Yeah. I think though, for people especially that have like mental health issues like depression and stuff, it gets really hard out there if people are saying that you faked it, especially if it was real for you and you are dealing with the aftermath. I don't know if people are aware of the aftermath of suicide. It's not a very good day. The day after you have a failed attempt, it's not a good day for you. You don't feel great about yourself. You feel like you failed. You probably still don't want to be around. And like the last thing you really need is people questioning. So I don't know.
That is some good advice, Roger. That if anyone asks for proof, that's what you tell them.
Yeah, and then they'd be like, "Oh yeah, please send them down, Queen. Please send it down."
Well, I think also another issue. They say that you have a tendency to, how do I put this? But the way they put it was that you people can say one thing to you, you will completely take it a completely different way and then get mad about it. That hasn't happened yet so far. We've been chatting for a while, so I'm just curious, like, why do you think maybe that you misinterpret things sometimes, and that could be the source of? Kaylee, I think we've pulled this one up before, but I'll go ahead and pull it up again because yeah, it's being mentioned. But I believe we even pulled this up during our interview. Some issues.
I think that I can be misinterpreted a lot and that I can possibly misinterpret sometimes.
It definitely happens both ways. It's the nature of chatting through. You all see that okay? I'll zoom in. At this point, I am so angry and my career would be ruined now anyway, so I'm ready to just take the assault charges and go end this once and for all with you, bitch. I have never been charged before, they will take it easy on me since they know I have been through what I've been through online because of you. It will be okay. I'm serious. I'm getting to the point where it might be the only reason for this anger I contain constantly that these people keep causing me over and over again, and all my trauma from them. Fucking unhinged. The Adorkables. Text.
Mm-hmm. But like, I'm trying to think of like if someone could give me an example of that.
Well, a lot of those 12-hour live have examples of things that it looks like you may have taken something maybe out of context, not out of context, but taken something the wrong way, and maybe it may not have been, as bad as you thought it was. I mean, it's just a vibe I got is that, it goes back to sometimes you can be aggressive. It's okay to be aggressive, but maybe in certain instances you should have. Again, you got to remember, text can be misinterpreted.
Yeah. I think that
this stream is Queen of Spade interview with me back from May of 2020.
that's really fair to say, is that it can be misinterpreted. Also, I'm trying to think of like I know a lot of people think that I exaggerate the harassment that I've got out here. So if it pertains to that, then no. And I do know that often I get told, and then that gets me mad. Then I feel like I'm not being supportive, which I've already felt like, so it just piles on.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Yeah, I would definitely advise not posting things about suicide publicly. Those tend to always there is no good ending to that one.
No.
Yeah.
No, and I think if you do it once, you probably shouldn't do it a second time. I think the reason why Heavy Down's getting hated so much right now is that it looks like every time that somebody does something on her, she's going to get suicidal.
Heavy Down.
And that's kind of an issue. Like, you can't be like, oh, someone's making a video about me, so I'm going to go commit suicide. And then, someone's asking me questions I don't want to answer, so I'm going to go commit suicide. Like, it can't be like a thing out here. Like,
yeah. And there's also the idea that she whenever people do I froze up on my own stream. Oh no.
I'm just frozen, brother.
Oh. Okay.
Hello. Did you freeze on me?
Probably. Yep, that's exactly what happened. But we're still here. Did you hear what I said before I left?
No, it cut out.
What I was saying was, okay. What I was saying is that it seems like Heavy Down, when people go in there to troll her, she gets poked and prodded, and she flips out on people, and then that just becomes more content. And I think that maybe not nowhere near as bad. Nowhere near as bad. You are guilty of the same thing where you make a video response, and like I've seen the videos where you have like these random people from Twitter as well in the videos, that don't even have YouTube channels. Like, I don't really agree with that. I think that's like targeting civilians in a way. It is targeting civilians. I hate it when people go after like the viewers and the moderators. I mean, if they're up there getting personally involved in the drama, then I guess you can make them a target. But if they're just in the chat talking crap on you and they're just enjoying the show and being part of the soap opera, then leave them alone. They're here to have a good time. You know what I mean?
It depends how badly they're targeting me too, though. Like someone like Kaylee, if you're gonna call cops and CAS on me,
Oh,
you're gonna
yeah,
chase me around the internet all over the place.
definitely. If they're like trying to
I don't
invade
really
your
care if
personal.
you're.
Yeah, she sent nudes to Real Stream News and has been on a rampage ever since. She still talks about him to this day. He's in her intro. My issue with Queen of Spades started because we made peace like 9 months ago, and then I made a video about Carly Link. Just a little video calling out Carly herself for being a lolcow and grifting, and for all these reactors that were starting to push into her IRL. Queen of Spades wasn't mentioned at all. Queen just comes out of nowhere saying that, oh, you're only here because I covered her and yada, 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 and just makes everything all about her. So I got several community posts and rude comments later. Here we are. We're probably going to go through her community tab once we're done here if we have any time left.
You're a viewer, I'm probably going to put you in a video. Usually, now see what I originally did is I had done a hate comment video and I tried to make it kind of funny. And I had actually blurred out all of the identifying information originally.
I saw that one.
You are in there. One of your comments made it in there. And so what happened is I posted the video like that, and then everyone actually got mad at me for blurring people out.
What?
Because they wanted to take it as proof that I was being harassed. And although some of the people had been like people that were harassing me, not everyone in the video was like somebody that was like harassing me. Like I said, like you had a comment in the video. So it was like, well,
yeah, I think
what the hell?
I think it was when you were. It was the first comment I ever left her. That's what they're referring to, where I said that she's gonna make a great lolcow one day. That God have mercy to anyone who with the misfortune to cross her path. Back in early 20 or not early, but late 2019, early on in all this, before I even had a channel. Threatening legal action against somebody. I was like, everyone threatens legal action against everyone on YouTube. Nothing ever happened.
I think that was when that was when Tom Brooks was threatening to sue me. That's what that was. Tom Brooks from 90 Day Fiance came and threatened to sue me because I outed he was in Organal Gold.
Oh,
he went on a big thing on me on Instagram and was all like, I'm gonna sue you for doing this video, and I was like, all right, I'll see you in court, Tom.
Oh, okay, so that's the backstory on that one. That one's that's interesting.
Yeah. No, so I had a little bit of fun out here before all this.
Hello, Olive.
Onision copy struck me once too before that.
Apparently Onision had all that automated, apparently. I never got caught in his striking happy bullshit, thank God. But apparently he had a bot automatically doing that for him. Either a bot or he had a company do it on his behalf, something like that. But that was why it was all happening to everybody all at once. So, all right, does chat have any more questions? Anything else that needs to be asked? I think we've covered most of the accusations and the controversies, the big ones. I definitely think you should be more careful about the things you post because, like the whole I will accuse RSN of anything thing. Like that's a nice like kind of troll in a way, but you really got to be careful what you post. That can wrong people see that. You know what I mean?
All the wrong people that would see that would just want to jump on and have me do it.
There definitely might be some. You said you already had one, right?
I had a few, yeah. But that's the same thing with like there's a lot of people that do leave that community and nothing happens to them. And then they say that they're a victim.
Yeah. Although you did say that like he has a habit of like of getting in, I don't know, would you call them relationships with women and using them to an extent? Is that what you claim?
I'd say that, yeah.
Okay.
I can't not say that now.
You wouldn't, but you wouldn't call them like victims. You would just say that they are people he's taking advantage of, maybe.
I can't say that anyone is really a victim. I
I don't
mean,
like throwing the
I
word
don't want
victim
to be
around.
rude or anything, but like, even in terms of some of the revenge porn stuff, like, if you post that in a
Here's Queen actually being sensible, because she's right. Because a lot of these people who claim to be RSN victims, it's not what they're making it out to be. They're definitely on the bandwagon. Oh, Mr. Artrek, that is the whole point. 13 hours, because 12 just is not good enough.
Discord,
I agree with that.
the person who runs the Discord might save them to his phone. Is it really creepy? I don't know. Why are you posting them nudes in the Discord?
Hello, Geeky Banana Saves. And yeah, no, this old interview with Queen. I mean, in a way, it's aged like fine wine. In a way of just preserving how much things evolve, because this is her. This is as far as I'm aware. This is the longest she's ever sat down with somebody, just going over her story. Exposing all of it is creepy.
Like, I willingly.
Every time I see Queen of Spade or Queen of Karma up on a panel, everyone's attacking her and yelling at her. Like, this is the only non-hostile encounter I've ever seen where everyone lays out the drama and goes over it from her point of view, whatever it happens to be that day.
Sent and received, and so I can't be like, oh, I'm a victim. So I don't know. I get really fed up with like people acting like CJ is some kind of like mastermind manipulator.
I think we already addressed that one, I think. If you go back further in the stream.
So
yeah.
I know.
The whole stream, if you add it up, is going to be 13 hours. The other one ended at 11 and a half, and this one's going to be 90 minutes long. So yes, I'm sure she'll have a community tab post all about it. Another incel making another 12-hour stream about me.
No, I just get fed up with the grooming thing. Like people that are saying that he's some kind of like mastermind that like hacked in and like stole the pictures, which I've heard, or
well, this was like right after her and RSN had their huge falling out. Like this, everything's still very raw for her, and she is coming off as sympathetic. That was kind of what I wanted to do here as well, because she's public enemy number one when I did this interview. No one knew this interview was coming. I just dropped it out onto the world in a live stream, and I wanted her to have a chance to humanize herself.
Like some kind of mastermind that manipulates women into doing things. Like, I just think that that's a bit much.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
If you're gonna be like, oh, he groomed me to send pictures, like, I don't want to hear none of that. That's a lie. Like, you wanted to send those pictures. Don't lie to me. I was in the same boat. Don't tell me you didn't.
Yeah, I think that if you are posting stuff, I see some people talk about it, if you're posting things in a public Discord, and then I don't know, that's a little weird to begin with, in my personal opinion. And then, like I said, making a stream exposing it, that is creepy. That is really creepy. That doesn't sit right with me personally.
I can't really talk on that anymore because I've been told in the last couple days that there's some things that I need to go and check out about Suit stream on that. But I don't know if I just have people trying to change my opinion, or
did he do a stream on that topic?
Yeah, that's what the last two streams have been on. Apparently there's a call that I've missed, where some things are said, and I've had my inbox just like everyone's telling me to go watch the call. A lot of people are claiming that it says that he's like someone that like manipulates into pictures, and that's kind of why I just said what I said. Like I find it.
I don't quite remember what she's talking about here. But oh, well, thank you, Thunder Rain. And yeah, Queen and I are gonna be probably on the outs for a while until she comes back and wants to do this again. And yeah, she is a sad person. I don't think a person ends up this way without experiencing some sort of trauma or abuse in their life. Like normal people don't do what Queen of Spades is doing.
Kind of a silly narrative.
You don't think he's a mustache twirling supervillain, basically?
No, and I think that like CJ's not as dumb as a lot of people think, but then
I don't think
he's
he's dumb.
really not as smart as a master manipulator of all women. If that makes sense. Like
No,
yeah.
I don't think he's a master manipulator of women. That's an interesting.
And I think that maybe some of these people get embarrassed afterwards, that they liked him. And
Yes, I think they do, Queen. I think you might be one of them. I definitely think you get embarrassed. Like the same thing that happened with the Carly video. You came at me defending this community, spent all your time on your stream, sucking up to this community, sticking up for them, and then they kick you to the curb in the middle of our argument. And I think you're embarrassed. And that's why you went around from comment section to comment section, rampaging, community post after community post, which we're going to get into next. You're fucking insane. And you get humiliated publicly. You must have a humiliation fetish to keep going like this.
And I don't know, because they get flack for it, and then they say that he like manipulated them into doing it because it's easier than just fucking admitting that you liked the dude and you sent him your pictures and whatever.
Yeah, I was in the chat when that happened. She was basically taking suggestions. She outed Queen of Karma's sock account. She's in there as some chick named Katie. And then she said she started defending Queen and how Queen of Karma is such a great person. And then she said, I want to change my name to be like, Queen. I want to be Queen of something. Okay, and I suggested Queen of Cooter because of her dancing videos where she keeps exposing herself. And then she obviously didn't like that suggestion. And then she ended up going with Queen of Spades. Here's the thing, though. This is Queen of Spade. She actually Carly added the S. She's Queen of Spades, which is that is not the playing card. That's the BBC fetishist.
And that's my opinion.
That's certainly not a thought. I mean, that's certainly a thought I've had in my head. That's as a possibility.
Well, because you get a lot of flack. You get a lot of like, what did you see in him? Why would you like him? What the fuck, that fucking blowfish? A lot of that kind of stuff. So if you had a really bad falling out and you actually did want to destroy him, it wouldn't be that hard to be like, oh yeah, I didn't.
As far as the Carly situation goes, now we just need to push the narrative like the eggplant emoji is actually a sign of strength against the bullies, right? And get her to start using the eggplant emoji as her symbol of power. Yes, my supporters, fight the haters, put the eggplant emoji in the chat. That's what we need to do for Carly.
Actually like him. He manipulated me, and I
didn't
mean to send them. I don't know what happened, guys. I was totally they got in my head. I don't know.
Yeah, and if you
and then be like, I never liked him, or in Heartbeat Vanity's case, oh, I was just trying to set him up, or
oh, Mr. Archek, you missed it. Her husband is here. As she's sitting here saying that her and her husband are trying to work things out, they're trying to get their marriage back on track, he's laughing in the background, and she has to mute her mic, but you can read her lips as she either says, knock it off, or fuck off to him. It's the funniest shit. Her husband's here. He's just off camera listening to her talk about her relationship with another man. Because he's a cuckold.
something like that. It's just because I don't know, they get embarrassed. Just own up to your shit. Be like, I like the dude.
Yeah, I think there definitely is some of that goes on.
Or they get embarrassed that they stuck up for him for things. I think that's what
Oh
some
my
of what Phoenix
God, yeah.
has. Got embarrassed that she had his back and stuck up for him for a lot of things, and then found out some things, kind of like what's happening with me right now, and then decided that no, maybe I shouldn't have stuck up for him in terms of certain things, and then yeah.
Yeah. Would you say that like that you and Phoenix had a falling out or whatever because of the rumor situation originally? Is that where it began?
As far as I'm concerned, yeah, I didn't know if we had a problem before that, but it was because of the rumor, and then that grew into the Discord.
I've also seen a screenshot. This is a DM with Wes Most that I hadn't actually seen before until my stream with Emma, where she says that her husband, when she had her suicide attempt, told her she wished she had succeeded at it. And then when she was sexually assaulted in the elevator, she told Wes that her husband said he didn't believe her. Which either she's lying about her husband saying these things, or she lies so much in real life, her own husband doesn't take her seriously anymore. And he's probably just sticking around for the kid.
Her and Sid went and created that Discord, and then they went on some channel and they did a stream about me, which has, I believe, since like disappeared, or I don't know. And then yeah, I thought Phoenix and I were friends until all of a sudden there was the rumor in the Discord. So, but I've heard that that's very common of Phoenix. So a lot of people said that she was going to attack me because CJ and I were getting to be close friends. So she was going to get jealous and she was going to attack me. And like I said, apparently she had done that to other people in the past. So she was known for that.
Interesting. Well, that's just.
And I get accused of that now. I've been accused of doing that.
Hello, Brandon.
My
advice would be you don't have friends on YouTube, you have associates, show. Business associates. Here we are going to continue to debunk Queen's interview until we have to go to her community tab to wrap things up.
Yeah. Maybe not even that.
Isolate the kingdom.
Yeah.
Interesting, actually. Have you heard this before?
I have heard that before, yes. I heard that there was a joke that was made in relation to that. However, CJ told me that it was made in response to the accusation, and then he made a joke, ha ha ha, maybe I should. And then that's all it was, because I got very angry at him for making that joke.
Okay. Would you well, I don't know exactly what they're referring to, but that's an interesting situation. If that voice chat exchange, which I guess was recorded, if the receipts are posted, right? So interesting.
Which is also interesting because I don't ever remember giving permission for any of my voice chats to ever be recorded.
I come to the conclusion every voice chat online is recorded. I'm pretty sure it's in the Discord TOS that the voice chats are recorded, by the way. I'm pretty sure that's what it says.
Where I live, you have to let the party know, so you might want to.
Yeah. Although I don't know how that works cross country. If you can just, like, if your country allows you.
I don't know. I guess we're going to find out. Let's go. I know how some of the other recordings were happened, so.
I have heard that, by the way, a lot, so I agree.
But that's because these are the type of people. See, I don't record anything. I hardly even screen cap things because I just don't care. But the issue with people like Phoenix and Heartbeats Vanity and all these people is they are actually looking for things to use against you at any time for their drama. So everything does get recorded.
Mm-hmm. Even everything in text as well. That's why you need to treat everything.
Yeah, I'm not a drama community, so like everyone keeps saying I'm in the drama community because I like hung out in CJ's community. That wasn't my community.
She is in a drama community of some description. She goes from community to community getting involved in drama. So she's a drama channel. She's just not in a community because every community kicks her out.
That was his community. I just hung out there. So like I wasn't even a mod. Like
I've noticed that in that community, the viewers are becoming content. It pisses people off, then they leave, and then a new batch of viewers comes in, and the same thing happens. Is it?
It's every time that he gets a new girl.
Okay, interesting. I haven't made that connection, but that's interesting if that's the case.
It appears to be that every time that he discards of one of his girls, he does a flush.
Yeah.
The last Discord was created when Phoenix left.
Was Suit his last girl?
You would think so. I think they're a little bit more obsessed with each other than anyone's ever.
Oh God, was Suit his last girl? I can't believe I said that. Oh shit, that was funny though. But yeah, I mean that actually is a pretty accurate thing for what Real Stream News would do, and it wasn't necessarily a sexual thing. Sometimes it was. It was mostly about donations, in my opinion. It would definitely exploit lonely women to get money out of them.
A bit.
Like he was in Queen's DMs, like basically, being a shoulder to cry on as she, trauma dumped about all the problems in her marriage. So that's definitely and Queen. I don't know how much Queen gave him, but I always saw her in his streams donating, super chatting. I'm gonna get in trouble.
He would be the bottom. I was putting it out there.
All right. Interesting. I don't know if Canada is a one-party consent state or not, or country or not. I know some people are saying that, like Roger was saying, Kentucky is a no one-party consent state up here somewhere.
I love how everybody's like, no, we like totally love how you got recorded without you knowing, and people are threatening to like release them. That's so allowed. Queen, why are you reacting? And this is what I mean. It's like the same when I'm like, people called CAS and cops on me, like, what the fuck? And then people will be like, Queen, like, why are you mad? People are calling cops and CAS on you all the time, you crazy bitch. It's like, we're just cool with this happening out here? I'm like, oh, fuck, guys. Like, I got doxxed again. They're like, well, aren't you, like, used to getting doxxed all the time yet? I'm like, am I supposed to be? Like, what's happening out here, guys? Why are we, like, doxing people and sharing and recording and, like, doing all this shit to each other? And why am I crazy? Because I'm flipping out over how y'all are acting crazy. That's what I want.
Like I said, the power of sock accounts. You can say whatever you want through a sock account. They can't tie it back to you.
But that's the thing, is that I don't care if you tie it back to me, because I'm not hiding anything.
But they keep coming
out here trying to be something.
Again, she doesn't care if you tie her sock accounts back to her. She doesn't care.
I'm not. That's the thing. I'm probably the only one who's not. So
you're not the only person who's had the cops called on them. That apparently is a thing. As soon as your information goes out there, they swat you. They call the cops on you. They go after. They target the children. Apparently.
Okay, so because it's happened to other people, I should just accept it.
No, you shouldn't accept it. But it's apparently there's a risk everyone has to take.
But why? Why are we out?
But why? Why is reality the way it is? I don't know.
Here on YouTube, all just sitting here going, oh no, guys, when you become a YouTuber, you like just totally get doxxed all the time. And then they'll like call cops and CAS on you. And it's just like something you got to deal with as a YouTuber instead of like being like, yo, this shit's got to stop. We got to stop this fucking behavior.
I
I'd
agree,
like to
but
know
powers
that. Do
that
we
be
have
do
like,
not care.
we
The
have this
powers
person
that
out
be
here
want to
called
fight.
Mob Watch. They're supposed to be like watching the mobs of hate. Like, are you doing your job?
Well, if you would like to start a vigilante group to go after the horrible doxers of YouTube, do hit
I
me
thought
up.
I
And
already did. Like, what was I doing here this whole time? Holy fuck. Come on, people, let's go.
All right.
No, I
Yeah.
just think that all of it's stupid, though.
I think people go way too far with it.
I think if you're obsessed
Even
with
I do.
somebody for 2 years and their activity online, you should probably go get a hobby.
I think that 2 months is too much.
Yeah.
I don't know, and I'm guilty of it too. I'm a hypocrite. I sometimes keep going with things, but only because things keep interesting happening. I think if people stop being interesting, I would stop commenting on it. Being so interesting. Apparently.
Well, there's some people that you can't help but comment on, like diety.
Yeah, that's true. Sometimes he's getting or Queen of Karma better, but we shall
I feel
see.
like everybody out here has like one person that they like have to go at.
Yeah, their white whale, so to speak.
Yeah, it's like that one person. I'm just everybody's one person.
Yeah, see, this is a big thing. I highly agree with this. Highly agree with this. That goes for everybody.
See, I put out some personal things about myself on like Facebook for like advocacy purposes for when I was running the domestic violence page and stuff like that. But I didn't really think, because in my anti-MLM community, we don't deal with this. Like, we don't even have the Hun bots like doxing us or like digging into our past to find us out. Like, I've never really heard of that happening too hardcore out here with that. So I don't think I ever really thought like, oh, I'm going to be on YouTube. I should probably make sure that a bunch of people don't just randomly start calling cops and CAS on me. And like, it's kind of weird to me that that should be a thought. Like what? When people go to sign up for YouTube, should they put like a PSA? Like, you do realize that if you have a channel.
I'd say before I got into the like not just YouTube, but consuming media in general. You know, I think not necessarily just women. I've lost trust in just people from being around all this stuff so much.
You are subjecting yourself to constant cop calls, constant doxing. If you have children, CAS will be called on you. And every single thing you have ever posted online in your entire life will be exposed and you will be made to answer it. Do you agree? Like,
Exactly. That seems to be the case. And the Adorkables, that is why I'll always, whenever she makes a video on me or anything, that it's gonna be fucking people are gonna see that just passing by and think something of me that's not true. Then I feel the need to come back over here and debunk it. At least I have something to point to. If anyone comes in the chat asking questions, I can be like, hey, here's this stream. We covered it. We debunked it. I mean, there really needs to be like a little form, a warning, you know?
yeah, they need to start putting a warning if this is just going to be something that we're all like, yo, man, this is just cool. Just
The
part of
powers
the
that be
game.
seem to want us at each other's throats. You know, no mercy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know some people are bringing up the terms. Was it the TOS? I don't think YouTube gives one damn about its TOS. I think that it enforces its TOS just to get rid of people who cause bad PR.
Mm-hmm.
So, or people who hurt their Morning, Valkyrie. This is a different stream. Someone came in and warned us that YouTube changed the way they do things now, so you can only have 12 hours, or it won't be viewable next time. So, Queen's 13th hour had to be done in a part 2. Advertisers.
Also, like, none of that stuff helps you anyway, because, like, look at, like, Heavy Down, like, flags a video that she feels really bullies her or something, for example, and then she has Suit streaming about how she's false
Hello, Jorgen.
flagging videos for, like, 6 streams.
Yes, that situation is horrible with the false flagging and her trying to get his videos taken out, because his videos weren't invasive in my opinion compared to other videos that have been made on the internet.
Well, no, but I think she started that, like, with his very first one, if I'm not
Is it more
mistaken.
toxic than Nestrond? That one?
Yeah, I think that she had started flagging him then. Don't
Yeah.
quote me on that, but I seem to remember him mentioning in one of the later videos after that one that she had tried to flag him. I know she flagged my videos that I've mentioned her in. So I know that she probably also flagged him. Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised if she did it and got other people to do it with her.
Oh, you heard there was a goth over here. Oh well, she's obsessed with me. She has been stalking me since 2020. I left for 2 years and she kept reacting to my old videos over and over and over again. So I mean, if you want to get on her radar, you just gotta do some content on her, troll her a little bit, and then she'll be all over you. Hogan brings up something. I did see you
I
claiming
never
on her page.
called. I never called
Okay,
CPS on Onion.
but you just were posting that you did.
I never said that I did.
I do remember now. Like again,
I
I
said
didn't even
that
make
way
videos at
back
that
in the
time.
day when there was that
Okay,
live stream where a bunch of people called. I had gotten a hold of CIS about that. But in terms of like any of this stuff with Chris Hansen, since that, like, no, I never called.
okay. Like I know that, like you, especially when the Antios turned on you, you would not be worried about it at that point. But I don't know. I seem to recall this. Like I said, this is long ago, before I even made videos. Is when I saw the Twitter screenshot of that.
Yeah,
We addressed that, Hogan, the number that was posted. We talked about that. Oh, hold on, wrong one.
yeah, I posted the number. I told people to call because I
Yeah,
was being attacked by the anti-Os, and I said, if you guys care so much, instead of attacking me, why don't you call CPS? I also posted the number for the FBI in Washington and said, or how about you guys all call FBI yourselves instead of waiting around for Chris Hansen?
yeah.
Those were the 2 posts I did that day, and everyone wanted to talk about the CIS post. Maybe you guys should have called the FBI that day instead of worrying about me posting about CPS. You could have made
Well,
the
would you
investigation
would
start
you
sooner.
would you be willing to say that maybe though that was not the correct response to that? Probably.
No, and I never said it was.
Okay.
But I also said that I was never in that underground CPS calling.
By the way, she still is threatening CPS on people. She threatened CPS and put Carly in a group home. This was recent. This is a month or 2 ago. She kept using the same argument she used 3 years ago. I'm a mandated reporter. As she goes around threatening to put people in mental hospitals.
Group, nor do I know if one exists. And
Maybe.
honestly, looking in.
Oh, yeah. I supposedly have a report all to my own. Like, apparently every person got their own special report filled with screenshots. The Monties have yet to arrive. Any day now. Any day.
Into it, it turns out that he hasn't had CPS called on him
I
that
think
many times.
I think that the main thing that he has going on is like false people calling up the police, trying to get the police down to his
Yeah,
house.
Yeah, but I couldn't, like, I think he only had like 19 calls to his house or something, and like a few of them were cops, or like a
Yeah.
few of them were the
The
CPS, like the rest were cops or something.
the
But
idea
like
that
people were acting like there was like 6 calls a day for like months, and they were trying to find out who was calling CPS to ruin the investigation. And then it was like, it's you. And I was like, what are you talking about?
yeah. Well, I think that the she's we've kind of circled back around actually. She's still talking about Loki putting that tweet up on screen, which is really her first drama. That's what kicked all this off and put her in the arms of RSN. Like I said, the anti-IO community is guilty of a few things that could lead to an underground people calling cops on people. Like they were doxing at one point his classmates.
They doxed
Anyone
his whole family.
doxed his whole family.
They
Yeah,
started to dox all of his they started to dox all of the people that were in his Discord, and some of his like major supporters and stuff.
that may be one of the reasons, because I'm still in his Discord. He never kicked me out. He said he was kicking out anyone who doesn't pay him money yet. I guess he forgot me. Maybe he likes me. but he has it set up now, so you cannot see the history of the Discord.
No, I was in there for a little while too, and then I got like kind of boot. I was like brand new to Discord.
Oh yeah, this is where she told me something I had never heard before. She got kicked out of Onision's community. Even the anti-O's, okay, or what she went to after she'd already been kicked out of the Onision community. How do you do that? I don't know.
Because I only got it in like December too, and I joined his Discord, and he had like half booted me or something. So I couldn't see any of the messages, but for some reason I was still getting them in like the notification across my phone.
Mm.
But then when I would like go into the actual Discord, like I would not be able to see anything. It was so weird. And I could pick up on one of the voice chats for a little while. And
Oh, I tried to tune into his movie night, but I was not allowed access. So I don't even know what movie they were
I
watching.
got booted like really quickly. They were like, "Who's this bitch?" Bye. I didn't even say anything. Maybe that was the problem.
Oh
Maybe
yeah,
I should have
I
said
haven't
hello or
I haven't
something.
said anything either. I'm worried that that'll lead to my booting. It's best to hope they just forget about me.
You're now booted. They're watching this stream. They're like, "Damn it, he's still in here." They're searching for you right now.
All right. Well, are there any last minute questions from the chat? Because I gotta get my hounds out in the next 10 minutes or so. But yes, I had fun streaming. I think we covered a lot of ground today.
Yeah. Thank you for having me on.
Oh yeah, anytime. And if you ever want to have me on your channel, I owe you one.
Yep. Okay.
But yes, any last minute questions? The dogs are not in my head. Okay, I'm at least 99.8% sure of that.
99.8. That fucking 0.2% though, man. Gotta wonder. Gotta wonder.
Here's the thing, though, about that, Hogan. The mysterious beeping noise that only some people could hear, it's apparently stopped. So, I have no idea. I still don't know. What was beeping? Why did it stop beeping? I'll never know.
Why did it start? Even in the first place.
How long has it been beeping? That's a good
Is there a
question.
light that comes with it, or is it just a beep?
Yeah.
There's so many questions.
So many questions that remain unanswered.
So I have to ask you.
Pretty sure it was a microphone issue. But yeah, that's pretty much the end of this interview. I'm going to go ahead and go to her community tab. We'll do a reading of that. Then, if we have any time left over, Queen of... Actually, maybe we should do that one first. I don't know. We'll go see if I can find it real quick. Queen of Karma did this weird stream where she was reading erotic fan fiction of herself with other creators that like her and her community, quotations, community wrote. Like, I don't really see people talking about this stream. I'm looking for it. It's in my my collection here. Yep, here it is. It's still up from 9 months ago. It's called Come Tell Me All About Who I Used to Be by Queen of Karma. Go ahead and give it a like, because this is wild. I've seen a lot of weird shit on YouTube, but this is something special.
Completely in comedy. So hello, Joe. I am glad that you are here. You have to work tomorrow. I hope not to be on here for too long. Do not stay up too late for me. Good evening, Forest Wish. Auntie is here. So, Joe, I do have a mod, thankfully. So you don't have to worry about me. Eck. Yes, Eck. I'm almost done it. But, I kind of wanted to spend some time with family and stuff today. It was a snow day. So I'm not going to lie. I took a lot of time with family, cleaned the house a bunch, talked to some friends while doing so. I've had a day. And then I was also...
There's your link. Enjoy. I'm going to skip forward here.
A lot of this so-called drama.
My God, the amazing atheist. What a flashback. What is he doing here?
That comment was made. So since that comment was made, and if you're not aware with who some of these people are, hello, Nicole. We're going to dive into that a tiny bit. And then what I have done is myself and several friends in Discord, Auntie here included, yes, Auntie, I will call you out, have written a fanfic of my history on here with Billy and TJ and the true story of what happened. So, of course, I will read that to all of you. Then I will share the link. And if anyone wants to come up and let me know about anything else to do with my history, or just chat for a moment, they'll be welcome to do that. But I cannot be on for way too long, so make it quick, sweet, and to the point. So without further ado, I will play my intro, and then we will get right into the cringe, because this is pretty fucking cringy, okay?
The OG Queen of Karma intro. Before she got this creepy ass shit she has now.
All right, so
I have a Cash App. This channel is not monetized yet. I'm actually like 50 watch hours away, so I might go ahead and apply for it soon. But here, I'll go ahead and post that if you would like the tip. We're going to go ahead and probably lead out with this erotic fan fiction. Because this is wild. Like, I honestly can't believe she read this out. It's some fucked up shit.
Auntie says, Shanny for Life would have an actually funny channel if he was actually able to ad-lib. We're still working on it. Oh, it could be better, but we'll share with what we have. Maybe then we'll publish the end. Hello, Tangled Bliss. So, I just thought I would take everyone over here for a moment.
It's a lot less creepy, right?
Because maybe not everyone is
misguided mutants,
I'm scared.
people that don't like me.
What? Again, she has feuds with everyone. The Amazing Atheist. All right, here, let's get to the part where she's reading.
Called.
Okay, Banana Splits, a Gunt Adventure, starring Queen of Spade, TJ Kirk, the Amazing Atheist, Billy the Fridge, and then a special guest star. Let's do it. Enlighten us, Queen.
Banana Splits, a Gunt Adventure. It stars myself. I'm Queen of Spade. Hi, you're on my channel. If you don't know who I am, what are you doing here? So it stars me.
Well, thank you.
TJ Kirk, the Amazing Atheist, Billy the Fridge, and it has a special guest star. But before we do that, just a word from my sponsors. Today's video is sponsored by Tiny Dinger Condoms, a YouTube streamer's favorite brand. Are you a male streamer on the YouTube platform? Do you use your community like a dating app? Do you enjoy flying women to you for escapades and inviting them to streamer houses when they didn't even stream just so you can get with them under the guise of working? Do you love to harass and stalk women who don't want to be in your community anymore or who found out about the size of your dinger? It's okay. It still works. In fact, it works so well, I bet when you fly a woman out, you can get her drunk in a motel, try to coerce her into sex all night, have her tell you no twice, go wake off in a bathroom, which you'll brag about to women in future and claim it means you have good stamina, come out and bug her more until she agrees and says, just do whatever you want to get it over with. So, what will you grab for when she finally gives in to these?
My God. She's talking about real stream news even in this.
Constant advances. We got you, bruh. We know that you'll be all about it. Tiny Dinger Condoms, the best condom brand on the web for those micro penises, for the men who love to use their little dingers even after she says no. Heck, even twice. When you reach over and grab for a box of these, she will think, wow, I want to be raped by a man who uses a tiny dinger condom. And she will give in to the advances no matter what. Then, Tiny Dinger Condoms will ensure she never gets pregnant as it kills any sperm left in existence. You don't want another kid, you probably forgot about one you have already. So, be sure to buy Tiny Dinger Condoms today. Located at your CVS Pharmacy, Shoppers Drug Mart, Rexall, all of the pharmacies around your area, and hidden in your favorite streamer's nightstand. Don't worry, they're all the same. Thank you so much to Tiny Dinger Condoms for sponsoring this video, my community tab post, and my
What in the world, man? Yeah, seriously, that's pretty rough. I mean, it's obviously a huge parody, but she actually was calling him a rapist this whole time.
Entire channel. I appreciate you. Now, back to the video.
This is turning into a rape thing real fast.
I think we need to set the mood a bit, if you will. So, it began like any other fantasy you would read in an 80s Hustler magazine letters to the editor's section. Except the time is now, where such parlays are just a swipe right and a kiss emoji away. In this digital age, there aren't any barriers to entry when it comes to kink. No one cares what you're into, because it's too hard to keep up and make laws against it. Kids and animals are of course out of the picture, and you will be relieved, dear reader, to hear you won't, or I guess listener, for those of you listening, to hear you won't be getting any of that. What we will have on offer is this saucy tale. It's much more deprived. I am the sole survivor.
Much more depraved. Not deprived, depraved.
Of this bizarre event. I am still recovering in the hospital, and while the bodies have not yet been found, it is only due to the expansive wilderness that surrounds my backyard. They aren't coming ever again. Jesus Christ. It began with an invitation, an elegant one, made from the finest parchment, lined with 24-karat gold foil. Something fit for royalty. inviting TJ Kirk and Billy the Fridge to a formal Calypso-themed affair, boasting appearances of celebrities, a new brand of banana champagne, and imported caviar. Sent limos to escort them there, RSVP required. Who wouldn't want to go? Needless to say, they both were too eager to attend. The glorious evening arrives. Suited up in their best tuxedos, the limos take them to their destination. But to their surprise, there were no celebrities there yet. It seems they might have arrived early. And then it repeats, they might have arrived early. We're still in editing. Queen greets
Oh, we're still in editing. Let me know when we're going to publish. I'm sure all of these people will be ready to sue.
TJ and Billy at the foyer, elegantly dressed,
Do obscenity laws still exist?
and informs them they are a bit early, but no worry, as she states she was hoping to give them a special treat for their troubles of waiting for the other guests' arrival. Queen leads them down an ornate hallway, their greedy anticipation growing. She opens the door and motions the two to enter before
Hello, dumpster diver. We are listening to Queen of Spade read erotic fan fiction about herself.
her as her honored guests. As she enters the room behind her guests, the door quietly shuts behind her as a barely audible mechanical lock engages. As the lock whir is commencing, so does the opening of secret panels, some with objects in cases, some with buff and loyal employees stepping out to assist Queen's whims. Before the two men could realize, out came chains and whips, leather and
Oh my gosh. I can't. This is awful. And she's doing this with a straight face.
lace. TJ ended up hogtied, and Billy, to his surprise, ended up dressed in a banana suit. "No, don't do this to us," cried TJ, who was unfamiliar with Queen's whims as well. She smiled and took a look at her assistant. "Time to bring out the real bananas," she demanded. A loud mechanical sound was heard and filled the rooms. Both men thought they would have an anxiety attack. Billy was hoisted up by a dog collar, one covered in spikes, a long leash attached with large bolts and chains to ensure it wouldn't snap. He was lifted up by a large hook chain that wiggled back and forth once his feet no longer touched the ground. He was a large boy, a sweet boy.
I can't, bro. I can just sort of hunch over at this point. It's best I just stay seated.
But a large one. TJ watched in horror as Billy was force-fed bananas by an assistant, dangling by the neck, barely able to chew. Once he almost threw up. Queen chuckled and smirked toward TJ. "I hear you are fond of bananas."
Dude, I feel dirty and I'm not even mentioned in this. If someone made something like this about me on the internet, I would need a shower. TJ watched in horror as Billy was force-fed bananas. That's an inside joke there because of the amazing atheist TJ Kirk having that thing leaked of him shoving a banana up his butt.
"Bananas," she said in a sultry voice. I hear you are fond of bananas," she said in a sultry. I have no clue if that was fucking sultry or not. I'm trying here. "I swear I only inserted one once," TJ screamed at the top of his lungs, his voice cracking and tears beginning to stream down his face. "Release the monkeys," Queen demanded, and before TJ could react, several monkeys surrounded him, all with bananas. At that moment,
What the fuck is this shit? The monkeys surrounded him.
are they the special guests? We shall never know until the end. At that moment, Queen demanded to let Billy down. He was slowly lowered to the ground, where the monkeys quickly scattered towards him. He was still dressed as a banana and had banana dripping from his lips. All of a sudden, the lights were on. Save me, both men called out, Billy's cries muffled due to the bananas and monkeys crawling on his large gunt. I am here to convert TJ to God, a voice shouted. It was a woman. She sounded as though she had smoked a pack of cigarettes a day for several years. Just a moment, Queen announced. We are almost done with them, and then you can have them. Help us, the men screamed louder. Billy began to fight the monkeys off, so Queen whipped him with a 3-inch whip. I thought we were going to an A-list
Queen of Karma wrote erotic fan fiction about herself and is now reading it on a stream because that's what sane people do.
party. I just wanted to meet Kevin Smith or something, he cried. Well, this is what you deserve, Queen replied. Now, go get the girl and hold her down, she demanded of the assistants. The assistants ran towards the door, and one by one were thrown back.
Look, the Adorables, I promised I wouldn't play any of Queen's music. Okay? I never said I didn't have something worse up my sleeve.
Back in the room on the ground at Queen's feet. She wore a lovely pair of stilettos. We wondered where she bought them, anyway. TJ and Billy watched.
Yes, Queen wrote... What Queen said was that her and her community wrote this, and it's still in the editing phase. Yeah, Queen wrote this. This all is from Queen's brain. She approves of every word. This is what... If you wanted to know what your psychotic stalker thinks about late at night when she's fantasizing, this is it.
As a large beast emerged. She looked familiar. They swear they had seen her before. She had such beauty, such grace, and such a gunt at her waist. They watched in awe as she pulled back her greasy hair, lifted up all 4 of her chins, and let out a cackle. Queen recognized that sound and that smell. It was the Shanny, the worst beast of the underworld. What are you
Oh my god, that was a special guest, Shanny for Christ, just shows up. That's fucking funny.
doing here? Queen asked, intrigued as to why the beast had made herself known now in that moment. I want to do the banana, Shanny announced. TJ and Billy began to scream and cry at the top of their lungs. They had no clue what the beast meant, but they didn't want to find out. Queen, please don't let her have us, TJ cried. Queen stood and stared at both men. What could they do for her, she thought. Although married, I need a cuck, Queen announced to both men. Never mind, TJ said, his voice quivering. He would rather be fucked by the Shanny and a banana than have to be Queen's cuck. After all, that would be forever.
Yeah, I'm sure your husband would rather take the first option at this point.
The Shanny was not touched in ages. She would take no time at all to pleasure. Very well, Queen stated. She motioned for her assistants, who were barely bruised on the floor, to get up and follow her. We shall leave you to your devices. I have a party to go to, she stated. As Queen and her assistants made their way down the ornate hallway and back to the foyer to greet more guests, they heard muffled screams. Queen smiled to herself in pleasure. She knew the Shanny would take good care of them, then disappear back into the night. The doorbell rang, the party began, and the men were left to bleed out once the Shanny beat and bruised them, their anuses not being able to handle more bananas. They were forgotten, although neither ever forgot that night. Oh, and Kevin Smith said it was one killer party. And that is our story du jour. That is what we have so far. I am getting so many burritos. Yay, I finally get burritos.
Burritos in the chat if you enjoyed that. What the fuck, Queen of Spade? That's deranged. So we've got 10 minutes left. We can read out her community tab for a little bit to close the show off. All right, I'm pulling it up now. So this is how Queen started coming at me. Hi, YouTube Schizophrenic. I am failing to see what Carly and Selena have in common besides the fact I covered both of them, and you and your buds like brain in a jar legit will stalk me and talk smack on me if I don't befriend you and allow you full access to my Discord or other communities. That was proven again last night, by the way. I look forward to your video proving that I sent 5 Hispanic men to Selena's home to kidnap her, and that I need to be in jail. When will Jesse and Val and then be calling the cops here for that? I am just inquiring. That's what happens on here. We've been through this a few times. I am unsure why you people never change your MO or your trolls, etc. Bitch, I'm bored. I am bored of being proven correct. Prove me wrong, for fuck's sake. LOL. Reaching out to Selena does not, in fact, prove me wrong about you. That proves me correct. Why are you here? Exactly. Oh, and you did a video with Bells this year about me. You hid it. It was all about me by not mentioning it in the title. But it was. You need to move on. It's pathetic. What the actual fuck is this post? I went ahead and just shared it on my community tab. I don't even know how to respond to this. Look at this last part. Oh, and you did a video with Bells this year about me. You hid it was all about me by not mentioning it in the title. Oh, but you made sure to watch. That's the best part about all this. His biggest crime is being associated with me. He was a supporter. He was paying, like, I think you said you were a member. You were paying money to her as well. And she just like, nope, not good enough, booted you. Guilt by association. And then she starts posting all this weird shit about fucking Satan. I don't even know what that was all about. She starts posting my comments. Here it is, up here. This is after I did my stream with Bells. How many times do I have to predict things before they happen and be correct about them? To call myself psychic. I have legit predicted everything in the last several years before it happens. Every time I think I know what's about to happen with these people, I am 100% correct. Whenever I say they're going to do something, they 100% do it. Whenever I state people are supporting people, a part of their group, I am told I am wrong. I am 100% correct. I have not missed a beat yet. Since all these people believe in magic and casting spells and being psychic and etc. Brain, no. Jesus Christ. At this point, I am psychic. That is Selena's mod there. As I stated, these people are reaching out to everyone I cover to claim that I am at fault for everything. Also, how do I scam a supporter who donated to me on my channel and got me a gift I didn't know I was getting until it was here? I am just wondering. That seems weird. I am assuming some BS is going on with that and some lies there because once again, nothing makes sense to me besides I knew this would happen. Okay. Well, you can tune into Emma's stream to learn more about that story. When you've been going through something for 4 years and dealing with all the same people, doing all the same things over and over again, you tend to learn what's up. Keep proving me right. I never turned on you. We are not in web gangs fighting web gang battles or doing anything. You turned on me because you went from friendly in my chats, in my comment section, giving me compliments, to fucking coming at me saying, you're only here because you followed me. You're attacking me. That's why I say you turned on me. You straight up 180'd. Again. You were upset with me that I wouldn't attack Malice and Emma and etc. over them going IRL with Carly. Again, you had a problem with me. We already went over this in the other stream that we just finished in the beginning. You had the problem with me first. Listen, I am tired of people telling me what I have to do and whom on here or else and exploiting me. I am done. I said this much ages ago. So no, you cannot just come attack me to tell me to attack someone else, which I did not do. She's just making shit up again. And no, I don't give a fuck if other people are dumb and fall for your trolls. That won't make me become as malicious as they are and jump on something to attack them or the people you wanted me to help you attack. Lol. I am just not malicious like the rest of you. I don't go into web gang groups and gay out people like you all do. I don't go attacking someone just because they stop talking to me. Get some help if that's who you are. It's not me, though. All of you should stop projecting. That's all I'm saying about that. Keep proving me right. Go on. Again, it's not because you stopped talking to me. It's because you started leaving rude comments, making fucking batshit community posts like the one we just read before this one. It's not complicated. You start speaking publicly, so I respond publicly. The only people I called out in my video, the only person I really called out in my video for going IRL in a big way was PLL. And that, like I said, that's already been resolved. She's owned her shit. We've moved on. Except for Queen, of course. Yeah, I imagine that's got to be awkward, right? We keep going on. Okay, interesting. You go stick up for Selena. You go. You talk about how she's not at all a bad person for faking cancer for donations and lying about having miscarriages and abortions when she wasn't born a female and therefore cannot go through that. We must have sent the 5 Hispanic men to kidnap her. Again, I don't really know what any of this is about. Just because I showed up in someone's chat and said hello, I'm getting all of this now. All of this lore dumped on me. Oh, and she is Madonna's real cousin, guys. It's so mean to bully someone who is Madonna's real cousin and who sent a man to a woman's house at 2 a.m. telling him she has a great fantasy. That's totally normal behavior. Should definitely stick up for Selena and tell those of us who are covering her that we are all awful. All these comments are meant for YouTube Schizophrenic, by the way. Well, thank you for at least acknowledging who you're talking to. The dude who Emma stuck up for, who hadn't talked about me and had no plans to talk about me, or the people I cover, lol. I love my life. I will await the Ottawa police to come talk to me about how I allegedly sent 5 Hispanic men to kidnap Selena because, watch, it'll turn into that. Bet it already has. Oh, it carries on. Let's see what the screenshot is first. She says, how did I turn on you? Because I told you that you were wrong about everyone going IRL with Carly and told you to stop chasing me around the net as you have for 4 years with people who go IRL with me like bells and state you don't like people going IRL with people. It makes no sense, and you once again have proven me correct. The only reason you have returned here was to cover me because I was growing my channel. I knew it. Right again. I only returned to YouTube because Queen was growing her channel, and I had to strike, had to ruin it for her. And then I replied, you are more bent out of shape about my Carly video than the actual reactors that were called out. They don't even like you anymore. And I think you're just embarrassed you spent all this time defending them. And yeah, Malice is watching all this go down. She was one of the people I lightly said something about her in my video. And even Malice, I think, was posting something like how Queen was just going from comment section to comment section, rampaging. But anyway, she says, I am supposed to say, you know what, YTS? You're right. How dare I not just side with you when you have released that video about them and help you prove everyone goes IRL with Carly? I should have never told you I didn't agree with you or try to explain that although some things may have happened in the past, they aren't okay right now. I think we should all become best friends and take out all these people who are now covering me and gay-opping everyone on the internet. I will add Brain back to my Discord and you to my Discord, and we are going to take all of them out and prove they are just as bad or worse than you and your friend who are all virtue signaling to them all over the internet. Do you think that's what I said, though? Integrity is becoming harder and harder to uphold, however. The fuck does any of that mean? I am so fucking lost. Yes, that's because all her subs are dead subs that were probably attached to whichever creator she was feuding with at the time and have no interest in her actual content. She has no supporters. She's also interspersing this with stuff that has nothing to do with me. Congratulations, your entire community has now lost the ability to claim they do not support trolls and reactors going in real life and taking the online drama offline. You are either okay with cops and CAS/CPS being called to someone's home on repeat and falsely, or you are not. There is no in between. Never has been, never will be. There are no exceptions. The rules. To the rules. Oh, and no, you cannot just keep sharing the same tweet from 2019 and claiming it puts someone in danger in 2023, and etc. That's not how time works. I love that for you all. Good job. There are so many recent screenshots of you doing the same shit. You haven't changed. I don't get it. Here we go. Another one about me. Oh, wait, no, she's replying to herself. Emma, this is your buddy here claiming that I should feel dumb for telling him none of you go IRL, so you can take up the IRL thing with him. I stated I would do something I never did. According to him, you've all done IRL things. This isn't my drama anymore. I didn't even mention Emma in my video. She's just twisting, and nothing she says makes any fucking sense. And this is her post about my video that we already went through debunking because it was bullshit. Okay, interesting. Imagine supporting the very people you claimed you didn't support. Cha-cha, right? You're all dumb as fuck. Maybe Emma and Chad. Again, when she posted this, I had no idea who Chad was. I was like, what? Chad? So maybe Emma and Chad will go on a stream with YTS, Bells, and Tragic. I still don't know who the fuck Tragic is. Tragic and Plate Gang may as well be mythical creatures at this point. Can't get any idea how I connect to them or who they are. Anyway, maybe Emma and Chad will go on a stream with YTS and Bells and Tragic, who they hang out with. That would be so cool, right, guys? Wouldn't want to support your boy Cha-cha This is why you should know things about people before you go and support them, or tell people who have been stalked by them for 4 years who they are when you have zero clue. Tell Zoom we said hello. I don't know who Zoom is either. Who the fuck is Zoom? Again, she's mixing with people I've never met, that I have no plans to stream with. In fact, Emma and Bells were the only two names I recognized when she posted this. My mods will delete cruel comments they don't think I should read. Unlike the rest of the internet, they know me well and respect my boundaries, and they help all of you respect my boundaries as well. After all, that's what mods are for, right? To clean up the channel. Also, you all report me nonstop, so you have to remember Google mods are here. Maybe don't be so cruel and follow TOS and your comments will stay. We've had enough of the BS. It's been 4 years of BS and we're done. Take a drink. Queen said we were done. Again. If you all want to continue, do it over in your corner. I told you all this drama would not be continuing. Not over here. Keep it on your side of the internet. There is nothing on here that states I have to constantly be subjected to abuse on the platform. Quite the opposite, actually. Don't like it? Stay mad. I told you all this was my favorite time of year. That also meant you can try as hard as you can with your little heart's content to upset me, but it won't work. It always ends up being you being upset and me being like, WTF? Never thought I was this important. Now I'll continue on having a fabulous weekend. My weekend has been nothing but love and peacefulness, just how I like it. Yeah, no, Chad barely mentioned her. In the DMs, she sent Chad, by the way. She's shit-talking me. He showed that on his stream. Again, this is why I like to call Queen out. Not because anyone takes her seriously for the most part, but occasionally people are unfamiliar with her. Okay, and she can go in their DMs and start trash-talking you. I could show up in a person's chat and have them immediately being like, oh, great, this guy's in blocking. We're going to keep going and finish it up. I think we're almost done with her community tab, and I'm going to wrap the stream up. I'm exhausted. We've been going for over 13 hours. Oh, she loves Halloween. Oh, yes, of course she does. Imagine dealing with 4 years of constant drama because you wouldn't date a real stream news or one of his weird friends. Does this platform ever realize what you put women through who refuse to date one of their creepy emo creators on here? Or do you all realize and just not care? Just wondering. Oh, this is a response to when me and Emma did our stream. Ew, imagine talking about me for Halloween instead of like having a fun Halloween with your family. Guess when nobody would ever have a child with you because you have schizophrenia and stalk people, or because you're a sociopath who doesn't care about anyone but yourself and gotta date a man from another country to get any. That's what you gotta do. Remember to prove me correct again. Our whole argument was I was allegedly wrong, that you would ever support those people. So to prove how wrong I am, you decided to start streaming with those people. Again, I never mentioned Emma in my video. I never accused Emma of going IRL. You are the one accusing people of shit, not me. I cannot make up how stupid you are, LMAO. But this has been hilarious for anyone with critical thinking skills and a brain who just doesn't just blindly follow people. Just saying. Oh, here's her husband. If you're wondering what he looks like, this is 10 years ago. Oh, God. Oh, yeah, what a happy couple. My entire cancel culture campaign came from Fun with Logic. I don't even know who that is. And therefore, I cannot take a single thing from it seriously. If you take that dude seriously, that's on you. Nobody else in the history of the internet, until people wanted to hate on me, has ever taken this person seriously. This is worse than believing Tragic or Dark Ninja about a ducks, for fuck's sake. I keep reminding people to be careful about, but you seem to want to be intertwined with weird drama that consists of constant accusations of being part of the KKK and trying to murder Jews and being in a conspiracy with people to help run some chomo ring on here with Onision and believing the morons who helped spread that around. I cannot help you. You are beyond help. What the fuck did I just read? I think we're about caught up. This is ridiculous. Oh my god, here she's mentioning me again. I didn't even see this one yet. She's talking to a person that I've never seen before. Shouldn't you be setting up streams with YTS or RSN? LMAO, losers, nice try. Guilt by association doesn't work for you? Then guess what? Someone writing me a comment is far from me streaming with the person or supporting them. Don't your arms get tired reaching so much? They're pretty short. What do you mean? I leave a comment with somebody and you think I'm either going to stream with them. Hell, I fucking breathe a name or a word that rhymes or even remotely is spelled the same way, and you connect me to some conspiracy. Yeah, I'm just confused too. We're gonna be done soon though, because at this point, this is just this is 3 days ago, and probably her community tab, if you keep track of it, when she sees this, is just gonna get even more devolved into fucking madness. Well, this is a post from Malice Black. Nice try. I actually called this out in my chat today and told them I do not support the account. Stop blaming me for this BS. I don't make accounts as other people. That's not me and never has been. Even my alt is called Queen of Karma alt, or I'll use something like Beth Queen was the one before that. Stop this BS and leave me. I am not part of this drama anymore. I walked away. The same day you were just posting about me and Real Stream News. Walked away. She's accusing people of making fake accounts to pin on her. Weird. And yeah, she's swerving drama. Thought it was considering planning to go IRL and gay-opping if you hypothetically spoke of having to call CPS on Carly in the future or getting her a better guardian. Or did those rules change again? Funny how everyone else can hypothetically speak like this. Rules for me, but not for thee, like your buddies would say. Again, you shouldn't have been doing that, Queen. That time my haters told me I couldn't be a STEM girl without knowing what it meant. LOL. Still makes me laugh. I've never heard that criticism in my life. The Gunt cells are now Paula. I still don't quite understand how all this connects to Ethan Ralph. And here we go. This is the best part right here. Carly's new name is Queen of Spades. Carly Link. You can watch my video on her if you haven't. She has been trolled into changing her name into Queen of Spades. You can all do whatever you want to try to get my attention. Now, here's the thing. She's in Carly's chats, okay? And the trolls did this because Carly needed a new name, and she had just gotten done praising and defending Queen of Karma and wanted to have a name that had Queen in it. You can all do whatever you want to try and get my attention, since obviously that's what this is. I don't think it takes rocket science to figure out that I am not coming back. Sorry, Val. You're stuck with her now. Val has already been blocked. She and you can be besties and can cast spells together and hex all of us evil people who don't love Crowley. Also, why does her profile picture look like Moon? Kind of does. You know what? Never mind. Not my circus, not my monkeys. Then why do you keep commenting on everything and being involved? You did this once to yourself. Was this supposed to trigger Emma and etc. not want to cover her because she has my old name or something? LOL. Just when Val can't get more creepy, she says, "Hold my dirty bong." That fun with logic gave me. Val had nothing to do with this. I was in the chat. Val had nothing to do with this. I thought Queen of Spades was a racist fetishist name that one could not use on the platform, LOL. Now we see how much this woman is being used as a pawn in other people's drama that has nothing to do with her. Are you going to let her know the other meaning? Like, Carly knows the other meaning. She was told and said she didn't care. She was going to keep it. So, whatever. Guess not. The problem with this is that Carly doesn't understand sarcasm, nuance, and she, unlike me, wouldn't know how to use the hilarity of her name to have double meanings and troll incels and alpha males and the Eve and Ralph creeps. In Queen, you don't understand sarcasm or nuance. In any way, if you understood nuance, you wouldn't be in the situation you're in now. You really care a lot about her, Val. Way to be a friend, LOL. With friends like Val, who needs enemies? And that was it. It ended with, does this trigger you? And it's incel brags about a threesome. Or does he? Apparently she's obsessed with incels now. That's her new kick. But anyway, that is it. We went on for almost 14 hours total today. I need to go collapse. I have my last little bit of coffee here. Two pots of coffee later. I'm still somewhat awake. But I hope you all had a good time. Definitely catch the replay of the first stream, especially the beginning where we debunk her video on me. There you go. And yeah, that's it's Grizz Green Dipper. And they have no profile picture, and I think they only have like one live up right now. But yes. Thank you all for coming. I'm going to go ahead and get off now. That's a good thing. I'm going to have nightmares. But all right. Thank you all for coming. And for those of you who stayed through the entire or most of these long streams, a special shout out to you. Anyway, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, as is tradition. And I will see you next time.